Hi, all you moms to be out there. I'm Tiffany Rothe, and I'm here to give you your pretty positive pregnancy pep talk. First of all, I have my trusty little book right here because you know that as we are pregnant, our memory starts to go whoo. So I'm going to be able to refer to this to make sure that I cover all the topics that I want to cover with you. We're going to be covering the first trimester and what happens in the first trimester. The first thing all of you are going to ask me is it safe to work out? And first of all, I would say, before you do anything, check with your doctor. Secondly, if you've been doing some kind of an activity before, generally it's safe to continue with that activity, but at a moderate level. But I'm going to again share my story with you. As you all know, I'm 5 months pregnant. When I got pregnant, it was a very big surprise for me. So I was like, whoa, I can't believe this happened. How am I going to handle it? Because a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago, I had a miscarriage. And that was a very painful period for me. And I'm sure some of you have experienced it too. And after you've had a miscarriage, you might have this little thing in the back of your head saying, oh no, is it going to happen again? Or maybe I should just lay down the whole time or be really careful. And, all of those things, are validly going to go through your mind. But here's my story. When I had the miscarriage, I gave myself about 1 week to mourn the loss of the baby. Why? Because I had asked for a healthy baby. And I realized that a lot of times the laws of nature are just designed that some babies do not develop properly and it causes a miscarriage. So that doesn't make it any easier for us to handle emotionally, but it is one of those general facts of life. So if it's happened to you, just realize that it's happened to many, many other women, and it has nothing to do on whether you can carry another baby to term. So after I had that miscarriage, I decided, you know what? My prayers have been answered, and I'm going to just move on. But this time, after I realized, okay, I'm pregnant, and this has been such a miracle, I started freaking out. People started telling me different stories about their miscarriages and this and that. So I was driving down the street one day, and I thought, I need to have an ultrasound. I need to have an ultrasound right now. And so I wanted to just go up to one of the places and say, check me, make sure that the baby's okay. But I realized that, am I going to go every day and get checked? Am I going to live in a state of panic? No. So when I went home that night, I tried to, calm myself down, and I thought about it, and I said, I am passing all of this frightful anxiety onto my child. And from that moment on, I decided, you know what? Everything is going to be just okay. Everything is going to be perfect. But that being said, I think that you should be careful during that first 3 months. I'm going to design some workouts for you guys that are for the first 3 months, second trimester, and the third trimester. But I want you to listen to your bodies. If something doesn't feel right, if you don't feel comfortable doing a move, don't do it. Just take your time and realize that whatever you do during this 9 months, I am going to be there with you for the rapid recovery. So don't worry. Just follow my advice and we'll get there together. Number 2, let me take a look. What should you eat? Okay, a lot of times people say, I'm eating for 2. Yes and no. Yes, there is a baby growing inside of you, but you really only need about 300 extra calories a day in order to maintain a healthy pregnancy. That's what? A couple of eggs, a couple of pieces of toast extra. So you don't need to go way out there and eat more than you normally eat just because you're pregnant, because all that's going to do is give you considerable weight that you have to lose once the baby's born. Your baby does not need all of that extra weight. And regarding cravings, I want you to think about, is it a craving or am I just giving into something that I really want? I have a craving for ice cream. I know that I shouldn't be eating ice cream. It's not really a craving. I'm just saying I'm pregnant, well, maybe I can eat it. So sometimes you can indulge in your cravings, but don't make it a habit because it's not going to make you happy in the end. And lastly, we have, what kind of vitamins should I take? Your doctor will recommend a prenatal vitamin for you, but you want to have one that includes folic acid. That's really important because it helps with the brain development and the spinal cord development, and it's very important in the first 3 months. So make sure that you take your vitamins and eat lots of fruits and vegetables. I know I'm saying this all the time, but if you have a choice between apple juice and an apple, eat the apple. Or if you have a craving for something, make sure you eat something fresh. Think about what you would feed your baby before what you would feed yourself. And then you're going to be doing really, really well. And, I do want to tell you guys one other thing. A lot of times people wait until they start showing to start putting the oils on their stomachs. I want you guys to start right away and only use natural oils. Every morning and every night, put shea butter or cocoa butter or vitamin E all over your breast, your lower back, and your stomach. That'll really help you to prevent getting stretch marks. Also, your number one beverage should be water. So when that skin stretches, it's very supple and it won't leave the marks. Those are very, very important tips that I want you guys to know. So soon I will have the pregnancy workouts available for you guys. I have some of the fit, fierce, and fabulous women in the videos that are pregnant as well. So join me on that, and I will see you next time for the next Pretty Positive Pregnancy Pep Talk.